Okay, ready?
Yeah. There's a good officiating crew here today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Bedford High Gym, where we're going to bring you Division I basketball action between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Owls of Timberlane. I'm Harry Kowalski, and with me today we have a celebrity color analyst with us, the girls basketball coach, Kim Gibbs. Coach, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for taking the time to help us out.
Thank you, Harry. I don't know if I deserve the celebrity moniker, but I appreciate being here and getting a chance to watch the boys play and talk about them with you today.
Well, you know, real quick, we talk about the team. Your team's doing terrific. You're on a 6-game win streak. Unfortunately for the boys, they're on a 5-game skid. And Coach Marino, in his first year, got to be tearing his hair out a little bit because his team's actually been playing pretty well. The last 3 games have been very close. The team has had a lead, or at least gotten within a single possession of taking the lead late in each of the games, but haven't been able to close the deal.
I think the big issue has been putting 4 quarters together. They've played 3 quarters well in some games, 2 quarters well in others, and I can attest to the fact that coming out of a hole in the beginning of a game is tough, but by the same token, they are definitely moving in the right direction. The win-loss record is not indicative of how well the boys are playing right now.
The Owls are bringing their starters out. We've got number 4, Luke Supernant, number 5, Sean Chanakira, number 12, Ethan Stewart, number 22, that's Matthew Einerson, and waiting for the 5th starter for the Owls, Robert Olson, number 23. And I should point out too, there's some tall players on this team. Einerson is 6'7", senior.
I was just going to comment on that. They're bringing some serious size to the floor.
And Robert Olson is 6'3". Supernant is 6'1", so they've got some height on this team. Their record, by the way, 2-3. They haven't played as many games as the Bulldogs. Their record is 2-6, and as I mentioned before, they're on a bit of a skid. So starting for the Bulldogs, we've got Cam Roberts, number 3, number 14, Andrew Soden, number 22, Dylan Kumbani, senior captain, number 2, Danny Kaliza, number 2, and then senior captain, number 11, JT DeLacy. So comparatively, the Bulldogs' tallest players are, of course, Andrew Zimmerman, and but he's not starting the game right now. We're going to take a moment here for the national anthem. We'll be right back with the call. And the national anthem right there as we're about to begin action here on the court at Bedford High School. We were talking about player heights. Andrew Zimmerman clocks in at 6'5", the junior for the Bulldogs, but he'll be coming off the bench in this game. Other than that, you have Cam Roberts and Dylan Kumbani both at 6'2" to match up against the bigs of the Timberlane Owls.
What's interesting is that with no jump at the beginning of the games this year, having a big really is a disadvantage. Not a disadvantage, but it's not an advantage for you. As a result, the ball always goes to the away team, and you can't win that opening tap necessarily because of size.
So the road team gets the possession. It's an inbound. Supernan into Chanakira, and we're underway.
Looks like they're in a 1-3-1. Bedford
Stewart
to start.
over to Supernan. Cross court to Stewart. He dribbles. He's caught up in a double team. Gets the ball out to Chanakira, who puts a toe on the line, out of bounds, turnover Owls. Bedford gets the ball.
I haven't seen the boys play enough to know, but is this the first time that they've thrown out a 1-3-1 this season?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. Corey Munster Tiger is really up on that stuff. Anyway, here driving to the basket was Soden. He pitches it out to Kaliza, or to Roberts. His shot partially blocked, and it's a rebound there for the Owls. Chanakira, long lead pass to number 22, Einerson. He lays it up and good. Owls take the early lead 2-0 with 7:13 to go.
That was a nice run out by Timberlane.
Now here's JT DeLacy with a long shot. Rims out. Rebound goes to Roberts. He comes back out to the three-point line. Now Kaliza drives, pulls up. Here's a three-pointer by Soden. It's good.
That's a nice shot. Good ball handling, good ball movement. Patience key for the season.
So Bulldogs up 3-2 now. Pass inside. Supernet, his shot off the rim. Ball is loose. Everybody hits the floor. Supernant's still loose. And the ball goes out of bounds off an Owl player. Possession goes to Bedford.
So far, the Bulldogs are showing some nice aggressiveness, and I like the 1-3-1 that Coach Marino came out with.
So here's Kaliza. Brings it over the mid-court line. Sudden. Kumbani had it now.
Nice.
A give and go inside to Sodden. Puts it away. 5 points there for Andrew Soden. Now here come the Owls with Chanakira. It's by his man. Dishes it out to Iverson. He takes the three. The big guy puts it off the rim. I'll try to hold it in, but I don't. It's an out-of-bounds ball. Bedford takes over. 6:05 to go here in the first with the Bulldogs up 5-2.
Timberlane came out in a man, and Bedford countered with a bit of a flex offense and ran it to perfection that time for the basket.
Chanakira is on Kaliza. Now Kumbani at the top of the key. Kaliza tries to three. Rims out. Rebound by Supernant. Here come the Owls. Supernant loses control momentarily. Manages to keep it inbounds. And now a pass deflected off the hands of Cam Roberts. It'll stay with the Owls here.
Timberlane seems to be having a little bit of trouble reading what Bedford's doing on defense, and it's making their offense a little bit hard to get going.
Now Chanakira in the backcourt. Brings it over to strike. He's on him. The dish to Superman. His three no good. Rebound by Olsen. He gets the ball back now over to Superman. And they're going to call a foul here. This is going to be a foul on the floor. No shot. I don't believe.
No, those they did call it on the floor.
And it's going to be number 22, Dylan Kumbani, getting the foul. So with 5:21 to play here in the first, an inbound to Einerson. His bunny doesn't go. Second attempt goes off the rim. Rebounded now by the Bulldogs. They come back the other way. Kaliza in the corner thinks about a three, then decides to run the baseline, changes his mind, looking for an outlet. Gets it to Cam Roberts up top. Roberts dribbling, gives it to Kaliza. He drives at the foul line. A pass back to Soden goes off his hand. They've got to come back to recover. Now Roberts, long three. No good. Ball's bouncing around. Kumbani gets the rebound. And Roberts goes for the layup, and it's in. 7-2 Bulldogs.
It's a nice start for the Bulldogs today. Real nice start.
Now Chanakira driving against Kaliza. Takes a runner, and I think it went off the hand of Cam Roberts out of bounds. It'll stay with the Owls here. Nope, they're going to call a foul here. And this one is going to be on,
I think it was on
Kaliza. That's going to be his first foul. And that's going to put Chanakira on the line. They'll say he was in the act of shooting. First shot is good from Sean Chanakira. And now we get some wholesale changes. All 5 coming off the floor. We get a new 5 here for the Bulldogs. Andrew Zimmerman is in. Daniel Galamaga. Andrew Gazinskis.
TJ O'Connell.
TJ O'Connell, yeah. Thank you. Trying to get the numbers. Guys are bent over here.
Matthew Ferrucci.
Now the second one from Chanakira is good as well. So 2 for 2 there for Chanakira. Makes it 7-4. Zimmerman. Over to Grudzinskis. Ferrucci. Back to Zimmerman. Good ball movement here. Now inside. Pulls up. Ferrucci thought about it. Now he kick out to O'Connell. His shot from the 3-point line is no good, and rebound Owls.
I'm thinking that Coach Marino may be going for more of a hockey line approach today, having everybody play a really, really tough, tight game against Goffstown last night. Maybe he's looking to get the most out of the legs early in the game.
The Owls still have their starters in there. Chanakira from the 3-point line, up and good. 5 points now for Sean Chanakira, and that ties it up at 7, with 3:47 to go here in the first quarter. Here's a chance for Zimmerman. He thinks about taking the three, instead decides to drive, and he doesn't make the layup, but draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
That was a nice read. Whenever there's an opportunity to get your hips past that defender and get to the rim, it's something you want to do because it's usually going to end up in a foul. That's what happened here.
It was Matthew Einerson for Timberlane drawing that foul, and the shot from the foul line is good for Zimmerman. Puts the Bulldogs back up by 1. Coach Marino talking things over with some of his players. And second shot, no good. Chanakira feeds it inside. Here's contact. They're going to call a foul there.
That's a charge.
Ethan Stewart. It was a charge. Thought it might have gone against Bedford. But instead they're going to call number 12, Ethan Stewart, for the offensive. And Bedford returns. Now Bedford, Zimmerman loses control momentarily, drives. Pass out to O'Connell. He loses control. It went off a Timberlane player. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. And O'Connell inbounds it now to Ferrucci. His drive. They're going to say it's a charge there on Ferrucci. Put a little too much on that.
Timberlane player established position really nicely. You don't necessarily have to be set, but you do have the right to defensive position, and he did that time. Are
the officials looking for, like, on the defensive, somehow, like lowering the shoulder?
That they're looking for on that, yeah.
There's a long lead pass. Wow, Ferrucci, that was heading out of bounds, and Ferrucci was able to save it and knock it off the leg of Andrew Zimmerman, and that way they'll maintain possession here. Ball stays with the Owls here with 3:04 to go. So Chanakira under the basket.
Looks like there's going to be a major point of emphasis on the masks today. Their stop and play. This is the second time, making sure the players keep the nose and the mouth covered.
So now they resume. Chanakira inside. Gets it to Olsen. His short jumper, no good. Bedford with the rebound. Pass across to Ferrucci. He drives to the basket. No, he gives it off to Galamaga, who lays it in. 10-7 Bulldogs. Chanakira now. Got Grudzinskis on him. Ashton Ventola. His jumper, no good. Bedford with the rebound. Grudzinskis brings it back into the offensive zone. He's up against Chanakira. Takes it to the basket. No, he gives it and goes to Galamaga, who puts it away. And we're going to get a timeout on the Owls here as talk things over here. Cool the Bulldogs off on a 5-0 run here, up 12-7.
As tempting as it is to take the side shots. Real key for success for Bedford is going to be in driving the ball to the hole. In doing so, they're going to draw help defenders, and as we've seen a couple of times now, it leaves somebody open if there's no help for the help, and we get easy baskets out of it. So that's really executing nicely in the game plan.
You're enjoying this broadcast here on BCTV 23 and High Definition Channel 1072, also on WBNH LP Bedford 105.1. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Coach Kevin Gibbs of the girls basketball team, filling in here as our color analyst. And after the bucket, after the timeout, possession goes to Timberlane. It looks like Bedford's in a press here.
Not to showing full court man.
Chanakira solves it, gives it to Einerson. His layup no good. Actually, that was Evan Roger. His second chance try is good for two. 12-9 now. O'Connell over to Grudzinskis. Back to O'Connell. Gives a head fake. Out to the corner for Zimmerman's three. That's good. Andrews got 4 points. Now Bedford with the pressure. Chanakir is able to solve that and winds up drawing a foul. Contact right there. I think it's going to go on Grudzinskis, this call. It'll be his first. And this will be a non-shooting foul.
Key for the players is to try to get a feel as to how the officials will call the game. It really does help set the trend for them for the rest of the game. So far, we're seeing officials really letting them play, but they are at times making some calls when somebody's really riding on somebody else.
Now Chanakira gives it away to Ventola. Ventola drives, kicks it out to Roger. Roger's three is short. Air ball recovered by Grudzinskis. Wow. And a great pass to Galmaga. He lays it up and in. 59.
It was a miss.
Oh, it was a miss? Sorry, I took my eye off the...
he was a little hard with the layup.
Took my eye off the basket. Just kind of assumed it went in. Now here's a three for number 21, Ventola. That brings it to 15-12.
Again, a nice pass off the dribble penetration.
And that's the second time that they left the man open there.
Exactly. If you can get by a defender, force the help defense to come, somebody's going to be open.
Chanakira tries to drive to the basket. His layup is blocked partially. Bedford gets the rebound. Now driving to the basket is Ferrucci, and he's fouled going to the bucket, and he'll go to the line here for two.
Bedford's looking for a tip. Looks like the officials are going
They're going to say it went out. Okay, they say that it was a tip ball. Or wait, they're giving the possession over to Timberlane?
Well, Timberlane was the original call. I think yeah, it was.
Okay, so the possession now to Bedford. Officials got together and figured that one out. So Andrew Zimmerman under his basket. The long throw in. And what's this? Is it a foul on...
Yeah,
blocking foul. An offensive foul on Ferrucci for?
Yeah. They were setting up a wall screen for the pass in to O'Connell, and somebody moved. Once that happens, you're going to hear the whistle.
That's the 15th team foul, and a bit of a collision. Ball off a Bedford player on the inbound. Stays with the Owls, but this time the inbound on the sideline. Bedford definitely playing a press here, trying to make it that much harder for the Owls to get the ball in bounds. But Chanakir has it. Brings it over the timeline. A dish to Ventola. His long three is no good. Bedford rebound. Grudzinskis to Zimmerman. Driving. Chips it out to Galmaga. Now Grudzinskis with the ball. Back inside to Ferrucci. His layup no good. Rebound to Timberlane. 13 seconds to go here. This should be the last possession of the quarter. Chanakira dribbling. Takes a three. Bounces high. Bedford with the rebound. They got 1 second. Zimmerman, a runner, three off the backboard. Almost went in, but misses. And score stays at 17-12.
That was a good first quarter for Bedford. They played really tough and intense defense. And to me, the key for success when your shots aren't coming from the outside, which from what I understand is really kind of been the case this year, is to drive the ball, to get the contact and get to the free throw line, or draw the help defense and dish off for an easy bucket. And that's been successful for them in this first quarter here.
You know, normally you'd think it'd be hard to do that with the size advantage that the Owls have, but as we've seen, they see that defense, that size can be drawn to one side or the other, leaving an opening under the basket, and the Bulldogs have been exploiting that.
Well, there's also a tendency, some of your taller players aren't necessarily as quick on the lateral movement, so if you can beat them off the dribble from the perimeter, now they can't keep up with you, forcing someone else to have to step in for help. And if they aren't in a helper mode, as they call it, it leaves somebody wide open. You know, smart players will do what the Bedford boys have been doing, which is to get to the block for the tip off an easy layup. And again, it's a wise and successful game plan that Coach Moreno's had so far. And let's see if they stick with what's working for them.
Leading scorers for the Bulldogs, Daniel Galamaga with 4, Andrew Soden with 5, Andrew Zimmerman with 4. For the Owls, it's Sean Chanakira with 5, and he leads all Owl scorers. So let's start the second quarter here, the inbound for Bedford. Soden back in the game, takes the set 3, and it's good. That gives them 8.
So again, Coach Moreno going with the line change, went back to the original 5. And a
turnover.
Scored. Again, this full court pressure is giving Timberlane a lot of trouble.
JT DeLacy reached in, and the ball hit the Owl player on the way out. So Bedford with the ball. Inbound to Kumbani. He cuts through between 2 players, waits, has the shot blocked, and the Owls get the rebound. Here's Trey Baker. Over to Olsen. Olsen drives, gets it outside the Ventola. Ventola trying to get to the key. Now Baker with a shot. He had his foot on the line. That would have been a 2. Was no good anyway. Now Tegan Graham with the rebound. JT DeLacy for Bedford. Leaves it for Soden. His 2-point jumper gets the roll, and that's good. 10 points now for Andrew Soden. And the Dogs are up 22-12. Here comes Baker. Dishes it off to Olsen, who travels. He kind of lost his balance driving to the bucket. The officials say he moved his feet, so that's another turnover for the Owls. Bedford takes over.
What you're seeing here as well is a lot of confidence on the Bedford side right now. They're being very successful with how they're attacking the basket, and that's causing them to do more of the same. Now they're running a flex offense, which is designed towards getting either a mismatch or getting a team to not communicate properly and getting a player open.
Kaliza off to Snowden. Drive to the bucket. That's a block. Combine is able to pick it up. Now he loses it off the leg. And the Owls take over. Chanakira in transition. Falls down. Loses the ball. Bedford comes back the other way. They got numbers 3-on-1. Kaliza to Kumbani. Give and go, and good.
Again, good sharing of the basketball. Very, very self-ball.
24-12 to score. Bulldogs are up. Chanakira brings it in for the Owls. Trey Baker to Olsen. Olsen loses the ball. Now Tegan Graham to the bucket. Lays it up and good, and drops the end one. (26-12) now with a chance to add one more.
Timberlane coach just said what really is the baseline of the game, which is Bedford's working harder than they are. And that's evident with what's going on the floor right now. Both ends of the floor, Bedford's really working hard.
Well, the Owls having a little ball control problems. A couple times they've driven the basket and lost the ball on the way down. Actually, it looks like they tripped on the red line on the court a couple times. Like their weight's being a little ahead of their feet.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and or they're anticipating making a move before they're really reading what the defense is doing, and that happens oftentimes.
And the layup is the foul shot by Tegan is good. Lead pass to number 14 Jamal Davis. His layup is a foul, and I believe that is going to be on Dylan Kumbani, and that is his second foul. It gives 6 team fouls to the Bulldogs. The shooting foul, so Jamal Davis will have a pair of shots here from the foul line. First one is good. Makes it 27-13 now for the Bulldogs. Kumbani comes out, and JT Lacey's back in. And for the Owls, Ethan Stewart is in. Trey Baker comes out. Now the second shot coming up here for Jamal Davis. 6 minutes exactly left here in the half. Shot is good. 27-14 now with 6 to go. Into the corner. Soden drives, loses the ball, turnover Bedford. Now quick pass up to Stewart. He loses it momentarily, blocked there by Graham. Ball's on the ground, picked up there by Chanakira, and he drives and draws a foul. And this is going to put them into the bonus, although this is a shooting foul anyway. The foul called on Andrew Soden, that's his first. Chanakira still perfect in foul line, 3 for 3. That gives him 6 points on the game. Second shot. Bounces out. I jinxed him. Bedford comes back. DeLacy to Kaliza. Back to DeLacy for a 3. Perfect. That's his first points of the game. Makes it 30-15.
When things are going your way, everything's going your way. That was a nice shot. Good follow through on the stroke.
Chanakira is the main driver of the offense here, and he draws a foul.
Again, like I was talking about earlier, it looks like the officials, players like to say they're showing their hands, but the officials are looking at the full body. And if you're pushing people out with your hips or your midsection, they're going to make the call.
Chanakira's shot, no good. And now here comes Bedford. In the corner, DeLacy dribbles, pulls up for a 2, and that's good. 32-15 now. Quick pass, we get a whistle. Is this timeout here? Called by the Owls.
So I think what the Timberlane coach is going to be talking about is screen defense. They are going under all the screens, and once you do that, that's like seeing a big wide open ocean for the offensive player. If they are confident in their shot and the defender's going under the screen, you've got a great jump shot opportunity.
The Owls seem to try to take advantage of the fast break transition basket, and they called timeout there, and it looked like he called that timeout just as number 4 Supernet was about to lay the ball up.
Actually, I was watching the Timberlane coach, and he was trying to get the timeout from the moment the ball went in.
Okay.
He was signaling for it, and again, I can attest to the fact that trying to communicate with officials wearing a mask can be frustrating at times. You're trying to yell something out to either your players or to an official. They don't always hear.
Yeah, you don't think a little piece of cloth makes a difference, but it does. It really muffles.
I often think that in addition to the officials having the electronic whistles that they hold in their hands, the coaches should have something that they could signal for timeouts from the sideline too. Yeah,
like a challenge flag.
Challenge flag, yeah.
So the Owls bring it back in here. Olsen tries to drive, pulls up. Stewart with it. Chanakira now trying for 3. Too short. Olsen gets the rebound, drives to the bucket, lays it up, no good. Saved by Bedford on the floor, still loose. Now picked up by DeLacy. Still can't control it. It goes off of DeLacy, and with the officials are going to call a foul here on 23 on Olsen. Is he going to?
Looks like the officials bailed Bedford out. That was kind of an out of control attempt at a break.
So the foul goes on Olsen. I'm sorry, yeah, on Olsen. That is his first foul. Kaliza at the top. Graham back to Kaliza. DeLacy. Cross court to Soden. Soden drives. And we're going to get a travel call here on Bedford. Looks like, yeah, a little bunny hop. They say the official kind of pantomiming the foul or the transgression.
Official Richie Ditchard has been in high school and college games for a long time, so you really can't challenge what he's saying. He's seen enough games to make the right calls.
So Chanakira there brings it in, sends it to Stewart. Now here's Shivel, lays it up and gets the bucket here. 32-17. Bulldogs up now, just under 4 minutes to play. Bulldogs slowing it down a little bit. Kaliza to DeLacy. And Soden has the time, decides to take a three. On the rebound, calling a foul here. Or it's a mask violation. The strap broke off of Kaliza's mask.
Actually, I think there was a foul called. And the mask was an incidental occurrence on the whole thing, but there was a foul called on the play.
I didn't really see the foul. I thought both players had their hands on the ball and it was going to be a jump ball.
I agree with you, but I did see the official go over to the bench, to the scorer's table.
Now a turnover. Grudzinskis loses the handle and Chanakira takes it. Inside to Olsen, being watched by Zimmerman. Actually, it's Roger, 32, and he travels with the ball. So the possession goes back to the Bulldogs. 3:25 left here in the first half, 32-17. Your Bulldogs are up.
So what's interesting here is Timberlane's showing a 2-3 zone, and they are kind of daring Bedford to shoot from the outside. Bedford should not necessarily take the bait because their success has been driving the ball to the hole.
Well, Zimmerman didn't hear you because he took the three, and it actually bounced a few times, thought it might have a chance, but instead bounces out. Rebound Timberlane, but a foul called on number 22, Einerson. That's his second foul, and possession will stay with the Bulldogs. Zimmerman gets the ball back, decides from the other side, and they're going to say he traveled. He moved his pivot on that shot.
Zimmerman agrees. He shook his head yes. He knew what he did as soon as he did it.
So now the inbound here with Joe Chevelle. Intercepted by the Bulldogs. Zimmerman got his hand in there. And here's a three. Good from TJ O'Connell. His first points of the game. Now a quick out for the Owls. Stewart winds up drawing a foul there. Reaching the line for 1-1 here. It's the Bulldogs have 9 team fouls. That foul is on Ferrucci? That is his third foul, so early foul trouble now on Matthew Ferrucci. He's going to come out of the game, and Cam Roberts will take his place.
One of the things as a coach that you always try to tell your players is to play aggressively, but read what the officials, how they're calling it, and adjust your game accordingly.
Stewart's first of a 1-on-1, no good. Bedford with the rebound here with just under 3 to play. Cam Roberts, ball rolled off his hand, but was recovered. Roberts now into the corner to O'Connell. Pulls up for a three, and good. He's got a pair of threes, 6 points.
Get a few more of those, and that's going to throw it right out of that zone back into the hand that wasn't successful for him at the beginning of the game.
And now Stewart, his pass is blocked by Roberts out of bounds. It'll stay with Owls. Now we get a change here. Trey Baker coming in and Joseph Chevelle coming out. Now Ashton Ventola is in and Evan Roger comes out for the Owls. So some fresh troops here for the Owls as they trail by 21 points. Here's Chanakira. And he's quite a speedy little player himself. He dishes it off to Einerson. He pulls up. Attempt to give it to Ventola. Ball was loose for a moment. He recovers. Chanakira gets the ball back. Trying to find a man inside. Pass intended for Einerson. No good. Intercepted by the Bulldogs.
Nice
now under
look.
the basket, all alone was Galamaga, and he couldn't lay it in, but they're going to say one out of bounds off the Timberlane player.
Bedford's defense is giving Timberlane fits. Fits right now.
So Grudzinskis now on the inbound. Cam Roberts over to Zimmerman. Drives to the lane. He draws a foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
What you want them to do against the zone is to reverse the ball a few times and force seams to open up. And Zimmerman took a really nice advantage of the opening there to get to the rim.
The first shot there by Zimmerman is good. Trying to determine that foul. I think they meant it was on 21, Ventola. And the second shot is good by Zimmerman because I don't see a 2 on the roster. Inbound, Shanakira gets it, fast break to the bucket, and rejected by Zimmerman. Shanakira, only 5'5", Zimmerman a foot taller than him. Owls keep the ball here with 1:54 to play in the first half. Here's Chanakira's 3, no good. Rebound went to Ethan Stewart momentarily. Went out of bounds, but they say it went off the Bedford player, pushed out of bounds, so Owls maintain possession. Trey Baker under his basket looking for a man to outlet it to. Ventola has it. To Chanakira. Stewart over to Baker. He dribbles. Back up to Ventola. Ventola driving, pulls up. The fader, no good, off the rim. Ball's bouncing around. Shanakira comes up with it. Owls keep possession. Now to Ventola. Fadeaway jumper, also short. Galamaga the rebound for Bedford. They got 3 left in the half in the corner. O'Connell's 3, good.
He's got 5 hands.
He's got 9, 3 threes.
Keep finding him.
43-17. Coming up on the 1 minute mark here of the first half. Einerson to Ventola. Back out now to Stewart. His 3 rims out. Bedford gets the ball. Grzinskis, Zimmerman driving. And the ball saved there momentarily. Nope, they're going to say the Owls step on the line. Noble attempt there by Ethan Stewart, but it'll stay with Bedford. So 52.4 seconds left here. Grzinskis will inbound it. Sends it out to Cam Roberts. Dishes it out to O'Connell. Grzinskis again to O'Connell. Here's Cam Roberts in the corner at the 3-point line. Pass across to Zimmerman. Drives to the bucket. Changes hands. Couldn't lay it up. And now the Owls come the other way with 37 seconds to go. Here's the 3. It's going to look short. It is. Off the rim. And now here comes Cam Roberts all alone. Lays it up and in.
Nice run out. Nice run out, catching Timberlane flat-footed.
Now inbound here for the Owls. 23 seconds left in this quarter. Trey Baker's back in the game. Gets cornered. Now Stewart, a shot, a jumper, no good, but draws the foul. Ethan Stewart coming to the line here for a pair of shots. 12.7 to go.
I think that foul was on Zimmerman.
And I believe that is his first foul. So Ethan Stewart for Timberlane. His first shot, no good. Hits the dead part of the back of the rim. That second one also no good. Ball's out of bounds, and they're going to give possession back to the Owls. Went off the Bedford player. 10.9 to go here. Waiting for the inbound. Finds Chanakira open. Hesitates. Now Einerson at the 3-point line. Inside to Stewart. His jumper no good. Einerson gets the rebound. His layup no good. And this one, we'll say they went off of Stewart's hands, and it'll be Bedford's ball with just 0.9 to go here. Barely enough time to do anything. They're just going to let it go in, and that'll be it. Baseball throw for the 3-point. No good. And that's where we stand. 45-17 here. Dominating first half here for the Bulldogs.
Definitely. They're putting it all together in terms of the way they're attacking defense. They are really finding the open player on the offensive end. This is by far the most complete game, most complete half, I think, that they've put together. Obviously, Timberlane is new opponent that was just recently added to the schedule within the past week. And it appears that Coach Marino was able to find some film quickly to evaluate what the tendencies are, and they're adjusting nicely.
So we're going to come back here in about 9 minutes for second half action. We'll throw things back to the radio station momentarily. You're watching BCTV and listening to Bedford 105.1. Bedford boys basketball, they're up 45-17. We'll be back in about 9 minutes. Welcome back to Bedford High Gymnasium here. Second half action on the way here with the Bulldogs dominating the Timberlane Owls by a 45-17 mark. And Coach Gibbs here from the Bedford girls team, serving as our color analyst today, pointed out to me that that second quarter dominating performance here by the Bulldogs, a 28-5 margin of scoring.
Everything was clicking defensively. They were being aggressive. Timberlane really struggled to get into an offense of any kind. And again, Bedford was reading the defense well. And when Timberlane went zone, which encourages teams to shoot from the outside, Bedford shots were falling. So at this point, it'll be interesting to see what kind of an answer Timberlane has coming into this second half.
Possession arrow in favor of the Owls. They'll get the ball here to start half, 45-17. They need to find some scoring here if they're going to get back into this game. Supernet to Chanakira, who's their leading scorer with 6 points. Being watched by Gradinskas.
Looks like Bedford's going with a little different. It's the second line, so to speak.
Supernet driving inside to Einerson, and he gets the bucket and one. So good start here for the Owls, getting a couple of points with Einerson able to add that, hopefully. 45-19. Go ahead.
Is that the fourth foul on Ferrucci? Looks like it.
It is. And he's still in the game, so playing with 4 here.
Not sure if Coach Marino is aware.
You're right. Normally, Ferrucci would probably be coming out at this point. The and one is good from Einerson. 45-20. Gradinskas driving the bucket. He runs into Einerson. Einerson draws a foul. That's going to be his third.
Do what gets you there, which is attacking the rim.
Einerson's the big man there, 6'7", senior for the Owls. And Gradinskas, who has yet to score a point here, on the line for 2. And gets the favorable roll. Gets on the board.
Used every part of the rim on that one.
Touched all the corners. And now his second try. Not quite. Bounces out. Timberlane with the rebound. Quick break here. Supernet. He's being watched by number 12, Galmaga. Now over to Einerson. Back up top to Supernet. He drives. Gets the roll. Doesn't go in. Ball saved by Bedford, and here they come the other way. Pass across to Ferrucci, who's still in the game. Now Zimmerman, I believe. Yep. Yes, his 3 bounces away. And the rebound to the Owls. Long lead pass to Stewart. Back up to Chanakira. Einerson puts up an elbow. Lays it up. Goes out of bounds off Bedford. Now, I see that happen sometimes. You would think when you leave with an elbow like that, the official's going to take notice.
Yeah, I think he did more than that. I think he led with an open palm, which was kind of obvious. But, again, we don't have the whistles.
Ball inbound to Einerson. Decides to take the 3, and it's good. Einerson with 7 points. Going to make that 8 points. And it's 46-23 Bedford.
I think he has all of Timberlane's points this half so far.
Zimmerman over to Ferrucci, back to Zimmerman. Taking their time here. Galmaga to O'Connell. Gradinskas loses the ball momentarily, recovers. Zimmerman now, top of the key, decides to drive up against Olsen. Instead, they kick it back out. Gradinskas. Zimmerman loses the ball. Recovered there, and now it's loose again on the floor. Ball's rolling out of bounds, and they're going to give the ball to Bedford. Kind of a hot potato play there.
Yeah, the players sometimes get 2 hits on the ball. Get the jump.
And take the timeout, too.
Yeah.
That's always an option as well. Here's a chance for 3. O'Connell from the corner is good.
Picking up right where he left off in the second quarter. That's 4-3 for him now.
49-23 Bedford. Just under 6 to play here in the third. And Olsen behind the back behind the backboard, I should say, lays it up and in. That's his first points of the game. Now turnover Bedford. They come right back the other way. Timberlane does. Chanakira across to Ethan Stewart. Lays it up. No good. Einerson on the rebound. Gets it. And we get a whistle here. Injured player here for the Owls behind the play, Robert Olson. Coming up slowly, but doesn't seem to be heading for the bench. I think he's just going to walk off whatever happened to him. So they're going to resume play here. Bedford with the ball. 49-27 here with 5:27 left in the third. Gudinskis to Zimmerman. Drives the bucket. Blocked by Einerson. Big man gets his hand up. And Chanakira now for the Owls. Kind of reminds me of Muggsy Bogues. Oh, he gets his pocket picked. Oh, they're going to call O'Connell with the reach in.
When there's two officials on the floor and you do a back poke, more often than not, there's going to be an assumption that there's some contact, only because they might not necessarily be in proper placement. And I think that's what happened there.
But speaking of Chanakira, doesn't he remind you of kind of a Muggsy Bogues kind of player? Very fast, low to the ground.
A taller version.
That's true. Here's Supernant. He decides to dish it back to Chanakira. Oh, that was a weak pass, but recovered there by Stewart. Opportunity there for O'Connell, but he couldn't quite control the ball. Now another one. Gudinskis tried to reach in. Supernant harassed. Chanakira now trying for three. That's off the mark. Recovered. Chanakira tries again for two, and it's good. That gives them 8 points.
Timberlane's come out strong here in the second half.
49-29. They've made up some ground. Now Zimmerman drives to the basket, and Einerson's going to get called here. That's going to put 4 on Einerson. So that's going to be a 2-shot foul here. They show 3 on the board, but could show 4. We'll have to verify that. First bucket or first free throw is good for Zimmerman. That gives them 7 points. Now some change here. We've got Ferrucci coming in game. He's got 4 on him. Zimmerman's second one rolls around and it's good. Zimmerman is 5 of 6 from the line.
The substitution also gives Bedford the opportunity to set up their full court press.
Inbound to Einerson. He had room. Over to Chanakira. Still with it. Chanakira, the runner, no good. Rebound by Jamal Davis. Blocked away by Cam Roberts. Ball will stay with the Owls. 4:17 to play here. 51-29. Dogs are up. Inbound to Supernant. Pulls up into the corner to Jamal Davis. His three is good.
Again, they're nibbling away.
Now here's Dylan Kumbani with the jumper, blocked again, and a foul on another one on Einerson. And I think he's got 5 fouls, but they only show 4 on the board there.
And
we'll have to go with the official score here.
I was going to say, I see the table.
Didn't he get 3 fouls in this half?
I thought so.
Well, things happen. First shot by Kumbani is off the mark. And now Einerson is coming out of the game.
No, they showed him with 2 in the first half. So
I thought he had 3 fouls in this period.
No, that was his second.
Kumbani's second shot is short.
One way or another, he's off the floor now. So that shot blocking ability is sitting on the bench.
Chanakira now with Khalid on him. Now he leaves it for Jamal Davis. Over to Supernant. And the jumper from the foul line for Supernant, no good. Rebound by Cam Roberts. Pass across to DeLacy. Kaliza. Off the leg of Soden. Recovered there by Cam Roberts. His jumper no good. Ball's loose.
Nice steal.
And Soden got the ball back there from the Timberlane player and got a foul in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line.
wasn't enough. You've got to make sure you maintain possession, and that time the Timberlane player wasn't strong with it.
Now they show Ethan as the fouler. And once again, I've got him as 3 fouls, but they show 2. Second shot is good by Soden. 53-32. Now Chanakira dishes it to Davis. Runner good. Rebound by Soden. It's 4-on-1. And Soden lost the ball out of bounds. It's a turnover for the Bulldogs. That was an opportunity that went by the wayside.
Sometimes in a 3-on-1, you get so overwhelmed with all the options that you forget to make one of them.
Inbound now to Chanakira. Back to Supernet. Brings it into the Bedford zone. Long 3. Air ball out of bounds. And it's going to go to Bedford. Save attempt by Davis. No good. Now Andrew Soden will inbound it to Daniel Kaliza. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Bedford up 53-32. They've got the 21-point lead. To Cam Roberts. He's got a 2, and that's good. Roberts with 6 points so far. And Chanakira bringing the ball over. I believe Chanakira's been the entire game. He's the main guy bringing the ball in. Nice underhanded layup attempt there that was off, but Ethan Stewart picked up the rebound and put that away, 55-34. Now Bedford with the ball. He hits Kambani on the inbound. Cam Roberts did. Now the rebound there by Soden, picks it up and puts it off the glass, 57-34. Supernet again bringing it in. Been doing it all day. Jamal Davis. Over to Stewart. Now Davis for the 2-point jumper, and it's good.
Timberlane takes a timeout.
We didn't have a chance to update the scoring numbers, and they've changed since. Let's see if we can do that for you real quick. We've got Cam Roberts at this point with 6 points. Andrew Gudzinskis with just 1. JT DeLacy with 5. Daniel Galamaga with 6 points. TJ O'Connor with 12. Andrew Soden with 14. Tegan Graham has 3. Dylan Kambani with 2. And Anderman with 8. Those are the Bedford scores. On the Timberlane side, Sean Chanakira with 8 points. Ethan Stewart with 2. Jamal Davis has 7. Joseph Chevelle with 2. Ashton Ventola with 2. Matthew Einerson has, 3, 6, 8, 10 points. He leads the way. Robert Olson with 2 and Evan Roger with 2 points. And that is your scoring update here in this game with 1:51 to go here in the third quarter. Bedford leading 57-36.
A couple of telling numbers, though, are the counts with 4 and Ferrucci with 4 for Bedford. Anderson with Timberlane. That creates some impact the game as we get going if Timberlane can continue to close the gap.
JT DeLacy loses the ball, and now it's tied up. It's going to be a possession arrow toward Bedford. They'll retain here. Lucky break here for the Bulldogs. Now Kaliza inbound to Kambani. Almost stolen away. Now he's in trouble. And almost a turnover here, but Trey Baker for the Owls had his foot on the line when he tipped it to his teammate Jamal Davis. They're going to say Bedford ball. Inbound from the sideline. Now Kaliza inbounds to DeLacy. Back to Kaliza. Supernet's on him. Or Chanakira, I should say. Kaliza drives. Leaves it for Soden. Pulls up. Cam Roberts. JT DeLacy. Kaliza behind the back. To Soden. Soden dribbles, loses the ball. Jamal Davis takes it away from him. And the Owls bring it back now. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Trey Baker. He's got DeLacy on him. Now Jamal Davis being watched by Kumbani. Into the corners, Jamal Davis's three. Rims out, no good. Rebound by Cam Roberts. Bedford comes back. And a great block there by Luke Supernant on Andrew Soden. So it'll stay with Bedford here.
Oftentimes when you see a defender challenging you like that, it's good to kind of lean in with your body and draw the foul.
Now Supernant is out, and Roger is in for the Owls. Kaliza dribbles. Has a man tied up with him. Trey Baker was kind of falling over him, and they're going to call the foul on Baker. That's his first. And they'll put Kaliza on the line, act the shooting, so it'll be a two-shot foul here.
Kind of a delayed call.
Yeah. I was waiting for the official to blow that whistle. He was just falling over him.
Exactly. And now the Timberlane coach is appealing, saying that there was a hook involved. But bottom line is this, something I've learned over the many years of coaching. Officials don't tend to overturn their call based on the opinion of a coach. Doesn't happen.
No. Now Kaliza takes his shot. It's good. 58-36. That's Kaliza's first points. Good on the second one as well. 36.6 left here. Inbound to Chanakira. Bedford with some pressure here. Kaliza on Chanakira. A little bit of contact. No call. Now Kaliza's able to steal the ball away, but they're going to say foul on Kaliza. And that's going to be his third foul, if my numbers are right. Or wait a minute. Are they saying the foul was on Chanakira, maybe?
Well, there's nothing up on the board.
Not sure what happened there, but they gave the ball back to the Bulldogs on the inbound. DeLacy across to Kumbani. Cam Roberts watched by Chevelle. Kumbani again along the three-point line. Now decides to drive. Kumbani with the runner.
I'm going to call it on the floor.
Waiting to see who gets the foul called on. It's going to be on Roger, his first foul. So an inbounds here. The Owls with 6 team fouls, one more for the bonus. Now into Cam Roberts. Leaves it for DeLacy. DeLacy with the jumper at the foul line. A little bit short. And that's going to do it. 59-36.
So Timberlane was able to knock 5 points off the halftime differential, but not enough to make it happen in the fourth quarter unless things really turn around a lot.
So the Dogs are in a pretty comfortable spot here, something that they've not been used to having. 23-point lead here coming into the final quarter. So at this point, do you just keep doing what you're doing, or do you try to slow it down, burn some clock?
No, at this point, Coach Marino's in a teaching mode with this group, and I'm sure he is now during his time between quarters telling them to make some different adjustments, but not to change the game plan as such. You really don't want to start holding the ball or burning clock, because now you're playing not to lose rather than playing to win. And the real key thing is you want to play to win, and you want to build. You want to build on what the players are doing right. And so I would fully expect Bedford to continue to be aggressive on both ends of the floor.
And I would think that Coach Marino wants this momentum to continue out of this game and into the rest of the season.
Oh, definitely, because there's some tough games ahead. Central and Memorial coming up in the next couple of weeks. Portsmouth. And whoever else gets added to the schedule based on this crazy COVID season.
Now Davis over to Chevelle. Davis adds it again. Ventola drives. Long pass is tipped. Recovered now by the Owls. And Davis's shot off the rim, recovered by the Bulldogs, out of bounds. It's going to go to the Bulldogs.
Timberlane foul on I think it's number 20. Yeah.
So Chevelle picks up his first foul, and that puts the Bulldogs into the bonus. So it's a 1-on-1 here for Andrew Grudzinskis, who has 1 point. The first one no good, but a
it's like a foul on
a lane violation.
No, foul on Tegan Graham. Said he hooked him on the when he was trying to block out.
So here come the Owls with 7:30 left in regulation. Driving, Broger. Here's Chevelle to the bucket. Puts it up too hard, doesn't get the rebound. TJ O'Connell brings it back for the Dogs. Galamaga cross court to Grudzinskis. Drives. Back out to Andrew Zimmerman. He takes the runner, and it drops. 61-36 now for Bedford. Baker with the jumper just inside 3. No good. Rebound Zimmerman. Bulldogs coming back the other way. Graham's shot a little bit short. A bit of a tie-up under the bucket. We're going to get a foul here on the Owls. I think it's on Roger. Yes, it is. It should be his second foul.
That was a nice read on Graham's part. The Timberlane player was set up to take a charge, so he jumped up, put the ball up on the rim, and in the rebound battle ended up getting fouled, and so he's still got a chance to score.
Shanakira is coming back into the game along with Supernant. And Matthew Einerson with 4 fouls. He's going to come back in here. That shot blocking threat. Tegan Graham now with the 1-and-1. That's off. And Shanakira gets the ball. Here's Einerson. Baker's long 3, no good. Blocked away, and the ball is going to stay with, it's going to be the Owls ball. Actually, it looked like, I thought the Bedford player slapped that ball out of bounds.
I did too, but I guess we don't have the right angle.
Nope, we're up here and they're down there. So 6:30 to go here in regulation. Andrew Grudzinskis tries to dish it inside for Graham. It gets broken up, and now we get a foul call here on TJ O'Connell. Should be a second foul. Inbounds here at midcourt. Shanakira brings it over the mid-stripe. Now he lane, now pushes it outside to Baker. Baker brings it out front. Now Einerson in the corner. Air ball recovered there by O'Connell. Long pass up to Grudzinskis. And Graham decides to throw it back out. It was touched by, nope, it wasn't touched. It's an over and back. Bedford turns the ball. Take here with 5:57 left. Don't forget, after this basketball game on BCTV, we're going to be bringing you girls hockey against Keene, Fall Mountain, and Monadnock. That combined team starts at 4:30 tonight, or today, this afternoon, over at Sullivan Arena. We'll have that action for you on the TV side only. And then boys hockey will be on TV and radio 6:45 tonight as the Bulldogs take on Exeter. Block shot, picked up by O'Connell, brings it in, leaves it for Grudzinskis. Pull-up jumper, good. 3 points for Grudzinskis. 5:39 to go, 63-36. Shanakira, he's double teamed.
Yep.
And they're going to call a travel on Shanakira. He had a Bedford player on the ball. Both were trying to pull it away. So now the Bulldogs. They find Galamaga in the corner for 3. No good. Einerson with the rebound. Shanakira to Einerson. Einerson runs into a Play, they're going to call a charge.
Yeah,
Yes, that was obvious.
That time he got caught with it, led with the offhand, off elbow, and
that's it for Einerson. He comes out 5.
And that's actually a dangerous play. People can get hurt when somebody leads with a forearm or an elbow like that. So that was a good call on the official's part.
So now the Bulldogs on the offense here. Zimmerman in the game. Verdinskis, O'Connell. Down low to Galamaga. He's got Supernan on him. He drives. Dishes it out to Verdinskis. And a turnover there by O'Connell. Lands on top of Chanakira. It's going to be a foul on O'Connell. It should be his 3rd. And the ball will be inbounded here by the Owls. That is correct. O'Connell with 3 fouls so far. Chanakira brings it in for Timberlane. Dish inside to Davis. Couldn't control it. Now he winds up turning it over. Bulldogs coming back the other way. Pass intended for Andrew Soden or for Zimmerman. He picks up the bouncing ball and puts it up and good. 65-36 now with 4:30 to go. Down low in the corner is Chevelle. He's got 2 men on him. Now Davis in the corner for 3. Rims out. Tegan Graham with the rebound. O'Connell pulls up. Tried to pass it inside. And a very heads-up play there by Tegan Graham. He was about to step outside, but had the presence of mind to turn around and put it off the leg of Joe Chevelle.
That's a tough pass to make to a player straight ahead of you, especially when there's defenders all over the place.
Yeah, it might not have been the best idea at that point. So now Bedford on the inbound, gets it to Graham. Graham drives the back line, but tries to dish it off to Galamaga, turns it over in the process. Now here come the Owls. Jumper there by Baker's no good. Graham picks up the rebound. Daniel Galamaga loses it momentarily, gets it back. Down low to Graham, now inside to Zimmerman, who drives the basket. And it's good. 14 points now for Zimmerman, and we get a timeout. Bulldogs decide to take one here with 3:43 left in regulation.
So about a minute ago, Coach Moreno yelled to the team, don't stop playing. And that's evident because I think that's what's happening with Timberlane right now. They're kind of throwing up the white flag in many ways. You can tell by the effort that is or isn't being made on the floor, and Bedford's still playing its game. And again, these are good teaching moments, learning moments for the Bedford squad, and they can take something out of this into the next couple of weeks. It'll be very beneficial for them. It's a lot of talent there, and they just need to see some successes to gain confidence and make sure that it's reinforced that what they're doing is the right thing.
Well, the Bulldogs are on their way to breaking that 6-game losing streak here in convincing fashion. Real confidence-building game here against a fairly talented Timberlane Owl squad. And here's a 3-point try by the Owls. Supernan puts it off the rim. Rebound. Oh! That was a save attempt there by Matthew Ferrucci, who put it off Trey Baker in kind of a tender spot. I think he's okay. As they say, he got the wind knocked out of him. So inbound Bedford, 3:30 to go. DeLacy with it. Soden combined.
Again, Bedford run a lot of flex cuts and sending players for open shots, inside open.
From 3, DeLacy lands one. Makes it 7-36. 34-point advantage here. And now Jamal Davis tries to lay it up from behind the backboard, and he gets fouled by Dylan Kubati. And that should be his 3rd foul. He'll go to the line now.
Kumbani is flexing his right wrist. Looks like he's actually both wrists. Hopefully there was no injury on that play when he came down.
Davis misses that first free throw. He'll have another. Second shot by Davis also rims out. And Kumbani with the rebound for Bedford. 3 minutes to go. Here's a pass inside for Soden. Long pass across to Ferrucci, who's playing with 4 fouls. Kumbani over to Cam Roberts. Back to Soden and Ferrucci. Inside the DeLacy, drives for the bucket. Too hard. And goes off of the hands of Ferrucci on the rebound attempt. And possession will go to the Owls here with 2:36 to play.
Flex offense put a lot of pressure on the defense to talk because there are cuts and screens being made all the time. All it takes is one mistake and somebody's going to be open.
There's a shot that goes off the side of the backboard for the Owls. 3-on-1. Give and go. Cam Roberts puts it away. That gives them 8 points now and the 72-36 lead. Bulldogs doubling up here on the Owls. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Here's a shot from outside from Ventola. No good. Rebound Chevelle. He comes up with it. Gives it to Davis. Davis tries to put it up. He can't get the bounce. But we get a call here on Kumbani, I believe. That's going to be his 4th foul with 1:48 to play. Is there a... no, okay, the clock stopped. I was going to ask you if there was a running time rule in basketball because I noticed that the clock was running there. Now it stopped.
It is when there's a 35-point margin in the 4th quarter, there is a running clock, but it does not run during free throws. Free throws and timeouts.
So the first shot there by Ventola is good. We're at exactly 35-point margin here. This would make it 34. And they do it. So that finishes the run time. 1:44 to go here. Bedford can just take their time, run out the rest of the clock here. Kumbani. Soden. Thought about dishing it inside. Instead pulls it back out. Kumbani. Calling traffic directions there. Kumbani gets it right back from Ferrucci. Cam Roberts out to Ferrucci. I think the Bulldogs are just willing to run this one out. DeLacy with it now. Roberts. Kumbani.
Timberlane doesn't seem too intent on contesting things on the defensive side.
Layup attempt. DeLacy's no good, and the rebound by Nicholas Matthews, who's in the game for the first time. It's the first time we called his name. He gets his first rebound. Jumper there by Baker, no good. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Lacey. Soden now. Ferrucci. Tries to drive inside the Kumbani. Kumbani trying to keep that pivot foot. Manages to get it out to Soden. His shot bounces out. And the rebound goes to Ventola. Ventola drives the length, lays it up and good. And now pass in with just 18 seconds to go. And this should just about do it. I got to believe the Bulldogs will just hold the ball here.
Yep.
And they do. Players are shaking hands. The fans show their approval of a 72-40 win for the Bedford Bulldogs. As we mentioned, that's a win here. And they improved to 3-6.
It's a nice all-round effort. A lot of players got a lot of time. Can't see your score sheet, but it feels like an awful lot of the players scored points today. And just as importantly, more important than anything really, is confidence. When you play so well and keep coming up short, it can start to eat away at a player's confidence. And in this particular case, this is the type of game where players are able to feel good about what they're doing, about how they're executing. And it's just something that you can and will build on. Coach Marino's a good coach, and I'm sure there's going to be an awful lot of teaching moments out of this that they'll use as they go into their games against Central this week.
Quick recap of the scoring for the Bulldogs. Daniel Feliza with 2 points, Cam Roberts with 8, Andrew Gudzinskis with 3, JT DeLacy scoring 8 points. Daniel Galamaga with 6. TJ O'Connell, all threes. He's got 4 of them for 12 points. Andrew Soden with 12 points. Tegan Graham cashes in 3. Dylan Kumbani with 2. Andrew Zimmerman with 10. And real quick, the top scorers for the Owls, Sean Chanakira with 8. And Matthew Einerson, I believe he's got 11 points. And that's going to do it from here. Don't forget, at 4:30, we're going to be at Sullivan Arena at St. Anselm's, TV side only. It'll be girls hockey against Keene, the combined team there. And then at 6:45 tonight will be at Tri-Town Arena for the Bedford boys against Exeter. That'll be a great contest, and we'll have that for you on TV and radio. Thank you very much to Coach Gibbs for filling in on color. We've got Bill Jennings on graphics today, and Mark Marai on camera. Thank you very much for tuning in. That's all from here. Thank you. Good night.